All right, we're here with Nelly Korda, our clubhouse leader at the moment after the first round of the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. Nelly, take us through the round today. I know this is a tricky golf course, but how'd you manage it out there?
Yeah, started on the back nine, made birdie on the first, smashed my driver. We didn't even think that water was in play, and then we got up, and I just looked at Jason, and I was like, nice. And that was not what we were supposed to do. But overall, yeah, played pretty well. I think I just had one bogey and one double, which you kind of, if you try to be aggressive when you've hit it offline, it just bites you in the butt. So I did on that hole, and overall, I think I played pretty well. I took my chances where I could, and I played safe for a majority of the round.
Were you trying to play really well today because you have a special visitor out there? I saw Jess and Grayson out. How great is it having him following you around today?
Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. I didn't know if she would come up to the first tee, but just having him out there, I mean, I spent the majority of the afternoon with him yesterday too. She flew in, and just gives you a different perspective. Like, it takes you away from your life, and his giggles just give me so much happiness, and just spending time with Jess and Grayson. She's always like, did people forget about me? It was funny. Like, she rolled up to the hotel yesterday, and all like four of us were waiting out there to help her. And she was like, I feel like if it was just me, no one would be out here, and you guys would be like, oh, we'll meet you in the room. But because Grayson was out there, we were all waiting in front of the hotel for her. But it's so nice to have them out here, and I haven't seen her in a while. So she came out early to support me on the first day, and I can't be more thankful.
Love that. Last question for me, but I heard you have helped Jess. You picked out Grayson's outfit today. Is
the
that
turtle
right?
fit, yeah. It was between a golf fit and a turtle fit, and I love the turtle fit.
Okay, love that. I'll start with Jeff right here behind me.
Nelly, shooting around the 60s out here, how much hard work does it feel like?
Yeah, I mean, not only, is it hard, and demanding off the tee, it's really hard with your second shots in, and it's hard to take the opportunities when you can and be aggressive out here, because I feel like in the morning you can definitely be a little bit more aggressive with majority of the pins being in the shade and a little softer, but once the greens start to see a little bit more sunlight, they start to firm up a bit more, and you have to play a little bit more defensive. But any single time I can shoot under par in a major, I think that's positive, and hopefully that'll just give me good momentum going into the next few days.
Can you take us through that birdie run on the middle of the back nine there?
Yeah, tell me the holes. It was so long ago.
13. 14, yeah, 13.
Okay. I just hit. I hit the fairways. Honestly, that's the tough part about the golf course here, is if you don't hit the fairways, I mean, you don't really get to be aggressive, and you can't take your opportunities. So. Hit really good drives and had shorter clubs in, and was able to make some. One was a shorter putt, and then two of them were a little bit longer. Yeah.
When you and Jason are working out your strategy out here, are you usually on the same page, or is he having to dial you back a little bit on some holes?
It depends. Some weeks I get a little too reliant on him, let's say, where it comes to the decision that I want to make going into the greens. And this week we decided that he was just going to give me the number. He was going to tell me how far I should land it, and then I'm going to make my decision based off of that, so I'm a little bit more confident with it, and then he's going to either disagree or agree. But for majority of the part, it was a lot of agreeing today, so it was good.
Is there a stretch on this golf course that you feel like is the most important for you?
No, I mean, there's a couple of really long holes where it's really demanding off the tee, and then you also have, a longer club in. But overall, I mean, this entire golf course is so demanding. I mean, I had to make some pretty good up and downs as well, where, you're hitting like 30, you have to chip it out because you can't get it onto the green. You have overhanging trees, and you chip it out well, and you have probably 30, 40 yards to the green, and you just have to make that up and down. So just overall, I think the whole golf course is demanding, and by the end of the week, we're going to be really tired because, you're going to have to put a lot of thought into all your shots.
And did Jamie have any specific words of wisdom for you on this week in this golf course?
Just go out and play golf. Pretty simple. Yeah, simple.
Sarah, go ahead.
You, obviously, last 2 weeks probably weren't really what you wanted, but you're a player that's really learned to stay unbothered. You just don't seem to be bothered by anything. What's the key to that for you mentally, just to kind of be like, it happens?
Yeah, just knowing that I've gone through this a bunch of times. I mean, you know, I don't just see it. I haven't just gone through it. I mean, I've seen a bunch of different athletes go through it as well. I've seen my brother, I've seen my sister, I've seen a lot of firsthand, like, roller coasters happen in people's careers. And I just know that, you know, if you stay positive and you stay in your own little bubble, like, you can bounce back. I mean, you work hard, you know what you got inside of you, and you just got to go out and execute it.
How have you learned to use that bubble? And you know, today you had that kind of, you called it oopsie in the middle of the round, but how have you learned to really kind of get back in your bubble, reset, refocus, and know, hey, I still have a chance to make this a good number? Staying present. I mean, you can't dwell on the past. You just have to focus 100% on what's lying right in front of you, and that's just the attitude you have to have. You have to have short-term memory loss out here. And then just mindset headed to the next 3 rounds? Yeah, just stay in my bubble, take it one shot at a time, and see what it gives me. I mean, this golf course is really hard enough, and you know, you just, even though you have a game plan and you know you're on the tee box and you visualize your shot, sometimes you're going to get a bad bounce or you're not going to hit the shot the way you're visualizing, and you just got to adapt.
How long will Grayson be here?
A week.
Oh,
Happy Nelly. Yeah.
Nelly, the one double that you did have there on 4, you got out to have a chance to pitch it up from short right there. Did you strike that the way you wanted to, trying to get back to that hole? Kind of how did that kind of play out from that point? Yeah, I actually hit that drive really good. I just turned it over a little too much. You know, it's such a demanding hole visually with that for a drawer, especially like myself, with the tree on the right and all the trees on the left as well. And I pitched it out to about 50 yards, and it's just such a slow green. You know, that whole green is in the shade. So that's what I was saying, is like when these greens are in the shade majority of the day, they're really soft compared to the ones that are in the sun, have sun exposure, and they release a little bit more and get a little firmer. And just misjudged it. It's going to do that. So, yeah.
Nelly, when you know this tournament's around the corner on the schedule, what do you look forward to most heading to a KPMG championship?
Just playing an amazing golf course in front of amazing crowds and playing another major championship.
All right, anyone else?
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks guys.
Thanks, Nelly.